Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of the Pondcast. Today's special episode are predictions for Pokémon Day. I'm your host, Draco, and joining me today is Guren.
Hello, hello.
And let's jump into it. Pokémon Day is once again upon us, and we wanted to get this special episode out to get our predictions out there, take a stab at what we might see come Monday. Got anything you need to get out there?
In terms of predictions, let's see. Honestly speaking, I think I can agree with everybody. We're definitely gonna expect like some Scarlet and Violet DLCs, I think. But if we're going specifically into those reveals themselves, definitely would like to see more regional variants and maybe a couple more conversion Pokemon as well, and of course Paradox Pokemon coming in with those DLCs. And I am definitely psyched to see whatever like new legendaries that they have in store for us as well. So other than that, I think there were like hints of like Pokemon Stadiums 1 and 2 coming out. I'm kind of excited to see those. Honestly though, like just for seeing those games, it's mostly for the mini games for me. Like I just want to play the mini games. Even if I have to play them solo, I will. Let's see what else. For me, I would like. I kind of want to predict like another like sideline like type of game coming out as well. In my case, I would like to see a Pokemon Conquest game, whether they make it a port or they make a new one or they make a sequel. I don't know. Other than that, predictions. I don't know. I guess some more cool stuff. Maybe another. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think a new Pokken game. I think they could announce one. Honestly.
I don't know. Like they were making Pokken to be this big thing, and I really haven't seen as much for it. I think the desire for the fighting game stuff just kind of went to the wayside because everyone's so used to the way battling is with the traditional battle system. I think Pokken, although a great idea, I just don't think the execution was well done. I don't think Pokemon is. I just never felt that Pokemon was good as a fighting game. I own it, but it's just there's just some weirdness about it.
Same. I own it too, but I didn't play it as much. And yeah, I do kind of get that too, because like I think they even did stop having Pokken for like their VGC kind of stuff too as well. So I can definitely see that, unless they still have it at like Fighters Evo or something. But I have no clue because I don't keep in touch with Evo either. So.
Although I've never got a chance to play the Conquest game. I wouldn't mind seeing that one either. I think that would be kind of cool to see again.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely think we might see a spin-off for sure. I just don't know which.
Mm-hmm. There were other things too, I believe too. Who was it? I think I was watching HDV when I first heard about it. They were talking about like how Spike Chunsoft has made some kind of like copyright claim or something, or a copyright thing that has to do with like Pokemon. I believe that's more related to like the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon stuff, which obviously I think like having another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game either get ported or having another type of like remake or new game being shown during the Pokemon Presents was also very viable. But correct me if I'm wrong, which I'm not entirely sure because I didn't do my research on this. I think Spike Chunsoft also did like some of like the farming type of games too. Otherwise, that's a different company like Marvelous. But if they did, I could also think like, oh, maybe we'll get like for a spin-off game, could probably even get like a Pokemon farming type game. I don't know how they go about it, honestly. Like if you just do like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon where you get to play as a Pokemon and you're trying to raise up a farm or something. Maybe you are a trainer and you're trying to raise a farm with Pokemon helping you. Like, I feel like that could also be a very good possibility for a spin-off game that they could show on Pokemon Day. That's about all that's been like floating in my head.
Spike Chunsoft did Danganronpa games that were recently dropped.
Okay.
Got a lot of anime-based games. I see Gate, I see ReZero.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so like I don't know what they might be coming up with if they're doing something with Pokemon. It's got to be interesting. It's got to be probably tied more to the anime than it does for the actual main game, if anything.
And then, if anything, probably more than likely, I guess a mystery dungeon game too.
Those always make money. I mean, seriously, who doesn't want to play a mystery dungeon game? Like, I'm not a mystery dungeon fan. I'm gonna be upfront about this, but I mean, I know a lot of people who salivate for this game, and they wouldn't have remade, ported over some of the other games if they didn't push sales.
Yeah, that's true. What was it? I think one of our other podcasters, Sun Ryu, I think, is a very big fan of the Mystery Dungeon series. I remember he was like talking about it a lot when the remake came out, and like he was posting it a lot too in the Discord server.
Yeah. For me, I'm going to be fully upfront about this. I saw an Austin John video. I normally try to avoid other creators' videos when I'm trying to come up with my own predictions, but this one kind of rang too true, and I have to kind of agree. I see them making the announcement that we're going to see all the Gen 1 libraries, all the Gen 2 libraries, all the Gen 3 libraries, as well as the remakes coming to the NSO, because we've got the files. And if they're going to push NSO, especially the paid portion of it, because I believe you do have to have the upgraded plan, then dropping the first 3 generations on NSO is going to be the smart move, especially if there are connectivities to home, because the 3DS is going to sunset, which means that once they are done with that system, Gens 1 through 7 are going to be locked out. And unless you pick up Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl or maybe the NSO and play the original games over again to catch your older Pokemon, you're not going to be gaining any access to anything pre-Gen 7 unless it's been in one of the newer games. So from a money standpoint, this is a good idea. And let's be honest, there are going to be people who purchase the NSO specifically for that. Even if the game saves get locked, they're still your game saves. I don't know, it just makes sense to me of doing it that way.
No, I think that's right, because like I remember there was like rumors and like some leaks or something about like the emulator process or the emulation process on like GBA games. I believe like for me, when I heard about that, the thing that stuck up to me was more of the Golden Sun game, I think, being able to go on. And I think we did see that title as well at the last Nintendo Direct for the GBA game side. Like I know for me, big fan favorite, of course, because childhood franchise Fire Emblem, they're dropping that on the store later for that when that releases. And I saw Golden Sun there too, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I can definitely go check this out. But enough about that. That's not Pokemon related stuff. I would definitely love to play like Emerald again, because I've only played the Emerald game once. Like I've only done a single playthrough of it, and I remember having like the most really like awesome bomb time playing that, because like I own Sapphire originally, and then the way that they like amalgamated like the whole games into one in a sense, or at least they changed the story enough to like where you do fight Team Aqua and Team Magma. Just being able to do that again on like, I'm assuming on like a bigger screen at least, just sounds like really awesome to me.
I did see Pokemon the trading card game, the original Game Boy game.
Oh yeah,
I saw that one pictured when they talked about NSO, which is why I'm thinking they're holding back the Gen 1 through 3 on NSO until Pokemon Day, because let's put it this way, they didn't even mention card game. They just showed the image up there. They're like, yeah, look, NSO, and it's just a quick flash of Pokemon, and I'm like, oh, those brilliant bastards.
Yeah, and they showed the trading card game. I remember now, because quite literally the first Game Boy I owned was a Game Boy Color. It was a green colored one. And the first game I got, I don't know why I didn't choose like a red blue game, but I actually chose Pokemon trading card game as my first game.
But yeah, no, other things that I can see them doing, like they've already discussed them coming in with Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, but there's no connectivity to home. You're going to be using rented teams, which honestly is a disappointment. So yeah. I would not be surprised, and I know the guys at GameFreak know how disappointing that news is going to be. So I would not be surprised if we are going to see a Stadium Coliseum Battle Revolution style game that would connect us to home and allow us to use our Pokemon, or at the very least use the Pokemon that are currently available. I would like to see all the Pokemon available, but then there's the issue of how do you get battle ready Pokemon that aren't in any of the available games. So therein lies an issue. But that aside, a battle style Revolution game I think would be a huge bomb to drop on Pokemon Day and just be like, hey, we have this news. I think the community would be all over that thing very easily. very, very easily, because we always want a battle revolution game. No story, just battle.
Yeah. I mean, you can even add some. Oh yeah. It'd be more like in arcade mode, like story, like in a fighting game, right? Like you just take your team and then just battle opponents until, I don't know, I guess you get to the top or something, or after like how many rounds or something, and then.
Well,
right?
I mean, look at it this way: they've made Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon Battle Revolution. So they made 4 games to the one fighting game.
Yeah.
I think it's clear how we prefer our Pokemon battles. Personally
Well,
speaking,
very true. Yeah.
I think seeing this is definitely. I think it's in the wind. I think it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. Other than that, I mean, there's also the Pokemon anime that they're gonna be dropping.
Oh yeah, I hope they actually give us some more details about that too. Like, I don't remember if there was a Pokemon Day where they actually talked about the anime itself, but if they do, I think now would be a good time, because like they're doing the whole like, oh okay, we're gonna have a brand new main character or main characters now. Ash isn't going to be in it, or at least he's not going to be like part of the main cast now. So like, I think this Pokemon Presents would definitely be a good time to at least give us like some info about that. Like, I think the Pokemon Company already dropped info about a character with a Pikachu of all things. It's like, I mean they were never going to scrap Pikachu as like a mascot, right? So like the fact that they dropped something like that on their Twitter channel, I believe they could possibly talk a little bit more about the anime during Pokemon Presents. Like, I feel like that's something they should do.
I'm going to throw. Okay, so a couple things. Number one, that Captain Pikachu, if you notice, the hat has an emblem on its forehead. The emblem looks like that little angry face that we see when we terrestrialize in the main game. And the emblem has little wings on it. So I'm thinking that that's our flying type Pikachu that we got when the game first dropped.
Oh, okay.
We got
Oh,
Captain
that's big.
Pikachu as our special character. The other thing I was going to mention is, so last year I made this prediction about an Eeveelution. Obviously didn't happen in Scarlet and Violet. However, I'm throwing it back out there for the DLC. I think in the DLC we may get an Eeveelution. Why? Because they've never done it before. Pokemon are kings of left field. They love to throw things out there that they've never done before to trip up the community. So I'm throwing my prediction again from last year. We are getting an Eeveelution. It's going to be a normal type Eeveelution. I'm holding to that one.
No, yeah, like, I'd be thrilled. Like as one of the Eeveelution Eevee fans, like I would be thrilled to see us get like another Eeveelution, like with the DLC. Like even if it is a normal type, like I definitely want to see how they go about that one. That's for sure. Like I still can't shake the feeling that that's something that they would save for Generation 10. But my God, I would love to see it like in Gen 9.
Right?
Like I am ready to see it in Gen 9, because we got kind of biffed or miffed at Gen 8, where we would usually see a pattern of seeing a new Eeveelution on a even numbered gen. Unless unless you're one of those people that think the Gigantamax Eevee was our Eeveelution, but let's be fair here. That's cheating.
That is cheating. That is totally cheating. I mean, I refuse to accept that was supposed to be our Eeveelution. It was a perfect time to drop a Dragon type Eevee or even a Steel type Night Eevee. No, no. We got the Shaft. We got Eevee Shaft. So no, I demand an Eeveelution for Gen 9, even in the DLC. I demand it. It's a moral imperative.
Exactly. And like, what better way to like do another Eeveelution as well with like how things are looking with Paradox Pokemon? You can even give us a Paradox Eevee and I'll take it. Like if it's a Paradox normal.
Don't throw that out there. Don't throw that out there. Pokemon Eevee, not a Paradox Eevee.
What if this is our Eeveelution that evolves into physical type Eevees compared to into those other typings that we don't have? That would be cool. Honestly speaking, that would be really cool.
My question is how they would perpetuate the Paradox Pokemon in future games. Because I hate to think that this is going to be a in-game only, but at the same time, so were Totem Pokemon, which sucked.
That sucked, yeah.
Then the alpha Pokemon, I'm like, you're locking these cool ideas into specific games, but now when people want them for future uses, we're not getting them. And it's one thing when you're categorizing the same Pokemon in the alpha or totem status. Okay, fine. I still have a version of that Pokemon. I'm okay with this. But now you've done past and present, and how are you going to bring those Pokemon moving forward? You have categorized them as their own individual Pokemon. You need to be able to bring these things forward. Just saying.
That's true. I mean, they're slowly kind of implementing that with Pokemon sizes and being able to see them, like the minute differences and like their sizes, right? I think like if you go like in Scarlet and Violet, right? Like I think someone's posted like side by side pictures of different sizes of like a Gardevoir or something, and like that was pretty interesting. I see they're doing stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But I would like to see my totem Pokemon that I have brought over from Sun and Moon times, except for my Araquanid, because for some odd reason it won't let me transfer it to home to the bank. I don't know why, but I'd love to have that, please. Pokemon Sleep.
Pokemon faded into non-existence, you mean?
Pokemon.
Holy cow, Sleep, man. What Sleep?
I don't know. I forgot what was the whole concept of that thing too. Like they just announced it, and it's like, okay, so what's it for now?
It's supposed to be a way that you can transfer a Pokemon into a device that monitors your sleep, and the more you sleep, grants that Pokemon, like, I guess, experience or something, or you get rewards. It was supposed to be like this weird version of the Pokewalker, but they never did anything with it. We got more from Pokemon Teeth than we got out of Pokemon Sleep.
Oh my god. I feel like that's also a missed opportunity as well, because we're talking about Pokemon Sleep, and the only thing I can think of that has to do with sleeping is like the Dream World, right? From the Gen 5 Pokemon games.
Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. Do not give me hope.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, they could have like copied the mechanic in there where you could like catch like Dream Pokemon, right? And then they have like the hidden abilities, right? I feel like they could have done something like that too for like Pokemon Sleep, at least. Like maybe that would be another way to have a Pokemon get its hidden ability without using like an ability patch, which wouldn't honestly be optimal now because we do have ability patches in capsules. But like, I mean, that would be kind of cool. Like maybe you gotta sleep for like a certain amount of hours or something, and then bam, your Pokemon now has the hidden ability for it. I don't know.
Well, it was more than that though. It was one of the few ways you can get starter Pokemon with their hidden abilities without the ability patch, fossil Pokemon with their hidden abilities without needing the ability patch, and the thing is that they came in the unique Dream Ball. All Pokemon from the Dream World and the Dream Radar, which is another app that I really do love, were in Dream Balls with their hidden abilities. But the thing about it is that they were also low level. That was one of the big things. As a matter of fact, the Dream Radar, which was an app that if you don't have it yet, I highly recommend getting it before they shut down the shop altogether. If you've got one of the Gen 4 games in the system, Diamond, Platinum, Pearl, Heart Gold, or Soul Silver in the slot when you're playing the app on your 3DS, you have the chance of catching a level 5 hidden ability cover legendary. So Soul Silver would be a hidden ability Lugia, Heart Gold would be a hidden ability Ho-Oh at level 5 of all things. So you'd be able to use those particular Pokemon in the Battle Revolution where you had the level limit. Yeah, no, that was a thing, dude. That was an awesome thing. I'd like to see them bring back the Dream World myself. I really would. I'm a big fan of the Dream World.
Is that Dream Radar free though, or is it like something you gotta
No,
pay?
it's like $4. It was like $4 or $5. It was cheap. If, like I said, if you can get it right now, get it right now. I am dead serious about this. You're gonna kick yourself if you own any of those games, because like I said, it's the only way to get those particular Pokemon with their hidden abilities in a Dream Ball at that low level.
I'm gonna have to look for my 3DS now.
Yeah, I think you're onto something though with the Dream World, because they've been pushing the Dream Balls very subtly, but they're there. In Sword and Shield, they were in one raid den. You had to battle a Delibird at a very specific raid den, and it had to be a specific star type for you to be able to get a chance at getting a Dream Ball. And you could farm them out that way. The other way is now in Scarlet and Violet. If you go to the auction, you have to get lucky to find someone selling Dream Balls. I think part of the reason is that they're bringing this back is because it's a very unique ball to find, to get. Up until Sword and Shield, the only way a Pokemon was going to be in a Dream Ball is if you caught it in the Dream World. I was actually working on a dex for that, and so I think them slowly rolling these balls out means that we're going to see something with Dream World mechanics or Dream World adventures coming back. Maybe it's going to be a side game where you can transfer Pokemon that you catch in the Dream World game into Pokemon Home, and that's how you get those Pokemon. Or maybe, because I don't think they're going to bring back the website, which is how you originally got things. You put a Pokemon to sleep, you basically send it up to the internet via Wi-Fi, play mini games, find a Pokemon buddy or a couple, and then you would come down. You get to choose one Pokemon buddy, bring him down, and boom, done. Dream World. You catch it in the dream. Well, you go in to catch it in a specific area, and you now have your Dream World buddy that you found in your mainline game. So I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to do a side game with just the Dream World stuff.
But I would also like to input, what if Dream World was let's say like a beta test for whatever they have cooking up for Scarlet and Violet DLC? With this whole Imagine Pokemon thing,
I wouldn't be surprised. Remember, Kings of Left Field.
Kings of Left Field.
And with that, brings our episode to a close. What are your thoughts about our predictions? What predictions do you guys have? Let us know down below. Also, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And as always, have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye-bye.